love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, just give it up, don't I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back, you don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, just give it up, don't
What up, Nine?
I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and Word would say, make a better you, a better us.
give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the Word. Boy, I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I won't ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, though? It's the Word. Let's see the title. We about to get into it. But before we do that, do me a favor. Hit that like. And if you new, hit that subscribe, man. It's free to you, but it mean the world to me. And with that being said, let me get it to the chat. Let me get it to the chat. What up? Appreciate you, my bro. Appreciate you, Edward. Yeah, man, I just popped on for a minute. You know what I always say. I'm here for a good time. So hopefully not for a long time, but if we are, it is what it is. Make it do what it do. But yeah, man, it's an open panel. I ain't really got nothing to talk about. What up, though? What it do with the business is? BDB, what it do with the business is, my bro. What up, Nine? Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. My 33 brother, Mr. Gary Busted Down Brown. What it do with the business is, man. Hey, BDB, I don't know if you're in the football, bro, but we got that fantasy league going on. I don't think nobody else signed up for it. Made up a couple people tomorrow, just so we can fill out the roster. I mean, fill it out. Let's see. Yeah, that's my bad. I kind of went about it the wrong way. Yeah, I kind of went about it the wrong way, but I can always open it up, and it could just be any random people doing it too. But, I wanted to keep it with people we know so we can, talk about it and just have fun with it. But it is what it is. But yeah, it's on the community wall and it's in the chat. The 9% chat on IG. But yeah, man, how you feeling? How you living? What up, man? I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. Oh, I didn't even know if I was gonna come on, man. I ain't had nothing to talk about. But and then as I was setting up the show, I was like, me and my wife, like I've been going through social media with her the last couple weeks, like because I don't usually scroll through social media, like she be all through TikTok and stuff, and it's like she asked me, like, in my opinion, do I think the world got worse since we were kids? And I'm like, I don't even really know if it got worse. I just know we have more access to information. A lot of this stuff is going on now. It really been going on. We was kids, the parents try to shelter you from, but you think about back in the day, man, and with technology, if anything, I think a lot of stuff slowed down because back in the day, there was no cameras on the street, people didn't have cell phones to take pictures or call somebody when they seen something right away. So people was getting snatched up all the time, bro. Like the little kids or back in milk cartons was always missing kids. Like kids, now they have to be more sophisticated because there's cameras everywhere. It's not only cameras on the poles, but every human being walking around with a cell phone got a camera. And they can call and report right away. So people got to be a little bit more, sophisticated with the way they do stuff now. But a lot of the stuff, like even think about like technology, far as like DNA. You know how many unsolved things was getting solved 30, 40 years after it happened because the DNA technology can now is now up to date to where they can look at it and get results within days. They didn't have that before. So people had DNA samples and no way to test it or nothing to cross reference it with. Now they got whole databases. Like you fuck around and do something and you get put in the database, you there. So I don't know if it got worse. I just know uh in today's age, people gotta be more sophisticated with the way they do things and also um the access to information, how information is passed so rapidly and quickly now. you know. Uh, but just looking at everything, it should be getting better. We should be saying less and less. But we were just looking. I don't know where it happened at, but it was a an 11, a shooting in a Catholic. It wasn't a Catholic. It was a Catholic school, but they was in mass, and somebody walked in, and it's like these ain't even adults; these are kids, right? Like these unalivers be going around to these schools, these innocent babies, unaliving them because they mad at the world, because they hate the world, because they feel like the world did something to them. So they going, and it's like when you think about it, like I was telling my wife, it's like people don't value they own life, so they're incapable of valuing other people's lives. They're just totally incapable of it. They don't value their own life, so they don't see no value in other people's lives. So that's why it's so easy to take a life. When a person don't value their own life, it'd be a lot easier for them to take somebody else's life. They put themselves in position, get their life took, and they put other people in that position too. So it's like, and that's been really since the beginning of the time. Like that, I don't really see too much emphasis on the value of life. I just don't like in society. I don't see the emphasis. We value more material things, things that only exist because we agree upon it, like status. Like people are celebrities because people basically say, "Hey, they celebrities." Like the people that's important now, there's a lot of people that's not even that we give status to, or they have relevance and they have no merit. Meaning they didn't do nothing to get it; it was given, or they did something that people do on a pastime like sports. People become celebrities because they can play sports good. Like that shit weird, man. Like the reality we live in is fucking weird. this this person is famous and because they can play a sport good. Like we do that. I was just outside playing t-ball with my son. You know, but that's where we live at. That's where we at. Minneapolis, yeah, Minneapolis. Yeah. I just got. I'm talking to everybody else on the clip. Yeah, man, let me know. I'll be down for the Family Feud. I'll be down for it, bro. I'll definitely be down for it. Yeah, but I was just thinking that, bro. Like, people don't really value their own life. And you can tell about how they go about life. 'Cause you can say it, like I said, the risk and the chances they take. And it happened, like, it's levels to everything, right? And I think subconsciously, we all at some point devalue our life even thinking about how we go about things, right? Like the stuff we put in our body shows us how much we value life. And that can be physically, mentally, or spiritually. Like the food you eat, the liquor you drink, smoking. You know what I'm saying? Putting all this stuff in our body. And this is our body is what keeps us alive, bro. This is what makes us function. Because of this vessel, this avenue, whatever you want to call it, the body, right? That's what makes us go. And the better we take care of it, the more we can, do in life. But on the subconscious level, like when we hungry, we just pull up at a fast food restaurant. You don't even know the ingredients that should have in that shit. And I'm telling you this from personal experience. I do the shit and I did the shit, right? The things that we watch, the things that we listen to, all the stuff we putting it in our body. And it shows how much we value. But like I said, it happens on the sub because we get conditioned to shit. We get conditioned and just do things subconsciously, not thinking like we on autopilot. We on autopilot. We just grab, oh, this is good. So we put just because it tastes good don't mean it's good for everybody. Don't mean it's good for the body. Even like lack of exercise. Like, but that's what I said is levels to it. And we all guilty of it some type of way. Hey, why? What up, though? What to do with the business is, my brother? Dee 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 dee. Well, Bill Didi. Yeah. So I mean, but people, I was just we was on sports chat yesterday, and I was telling Gary like, man, that's why I don't really like being around people because when I recognize certain things or when things become relevant to me, like I could see this in this person's actions, I'd be like, I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. When a person is willing to take risks with their lives, they'd be willing to risk your life too, man. I ain't trying to be around those type of people. So when I see that, I'm like, I'm out. I'm straight. But it's hard to see people intent. It's just hard to know people's intention. You know, you gotta sit there and observe, and it take time. It take time because I mean, if you get it wrong, then you kind of wronging somebody. You know what I'm saying? But if you get it right, then it is what it is. But if people don't, it's simply a projection of how they feel about themselves. That's normally how we interact with people. Like if we don't have no self respect, you ain't gonna see us respecting too many other people unless it comes to authority. And sometimes, even then, sometimes people don't care. Even when there's a form of authority, people don't care. They don't respect themselves. So how they gonna respect that? Just by the way people carry themselves, the way people present themselves to other people. I tell a lot. I mean, that to me, that it tells a lot. That's why they say, first impression is everything. Because no matter, like one of my mentors told me, no matter how you feel, the way you present yourself is the way you market yourself. No matter how you feel, that don't matter. Your feelings don't matter. Is when you meet, and this is like one of my business mentors. So he was telling me like, he don't care how I feel the minute before I walk into that meeting. When I walk into that meeting, it's all business. My feelings, leave them outside the door. Because first impressions is everything. Like if I look weak, if I smell weak, any of that, any opening they see, they go, business is like Shark Tank, bro. That shit like the jungle, man. They 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 prey on the weak, So especially when you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, like when I was in real estate, when you walking in trying to negotiate house prices and stuff, and yeah, it's all about your confidence, man. But yeah, first impression is everything. So it's just how people present themselves, how they carry themselves. They respect themselves. That's how they go. It's gonna exude out of. That shit gonna flow out of it. The Minister of General Defense is in the building. The lady at a nine. Stop playing with me. What it do with the business is, Commander? What up, nine? What up, nine? Well, yeah. So, I mean, that's what we saying though. It's just a projection. Like people doing all this wild, crazy shit. They don't value. Like even when we talked about what value means, you know, but people don't even value their own life. So they go out not only fuck up their life, but they be fucking up other people's life. And you see it in different, um, not only in the street. I mean, I'm talking about just everyday people. It be your neighbors, your friends, your aunties, your cousins, your uncles, mom, dad. If people don't value their own life, the people are people, so anybody can. It can be anybody. But when they don't value their own life, they don't value yours. When they tired and they done, they just done. They flip, they pop. They'd be like, shit, if I gotta go, I'm taking people with me. That's like one of the craziest things I ever heard. I'd be like, no, why don't you just go by yourself? If I gotta go, I'm taking somebody with me. Like, why? You put yourself in that position to go. Like people put themselves in fucked up positions and you want to take people out. Like, bro, that's it crazy. I hate life. I don't like life no more. So I'm gonna just take some people out. Like, nah, bro. And I don't know, man. 'Cause even talking about that subject of you know self deletion is touchy because people do the same thing for different reasons, right? But it's just for me, it's like you go through some crazy things in life and it hurt. And I know a lot of times you just want that pain to go away. And you feel that pain because you're constantly thinking about it. When you think about it, the more you feel. And it's like, but everybody goes through that, right? And sometimes it's too much. I do agree because I was there before. Sometimes it's too much. You just feel like it's too much. In that moment, it's too much. Like all this, I just wanted to stop. I just wanted to stop. But in that moment, I never thought about like I'm gonna take other people out too. Like that shit crazy, bro. Like I'm gonna just take a whole bunch of other people out too. Like no, man. Life is short, and some say, "After let's go out with a bang." Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, man. And I think that's because a lot of people they don't. It takes um like even if I say like it takes time to truly understand what life is about. Some people won't agree because they never get to that point or they never get that level of understanding what life is truly about. And even if you tell them, they won't accept it because it don't resonate with them. It's not for them, you know. But at the end of the day, I just don't think people really, I don't, like on a mass level, I think people are more programmed like animals to survive when we compare and contrast ourselves to animals, the one unique difference is the ability to be conscious, right? To actually pick and choose which direction. But I think most people are stuck in that animalistic way of thinking of survival and not trying to thrive, you know, and not really trying to thrive. I thought man, I done did shows about that survival mode versus thriving, but that's where I was locked into that survival mode for half of my life. I didn't know nothing else but to survive. Like shit, you just trying to survive. You didn't think about thriving. That wasn't an option. I wasn't given that option, so I didn't know it was an option to thrive in life. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So, and I don't think other people are aware of that too. As crazy as that sounds, like if you're not given that opportunity or if you're not given that option, it takes you a while to discover it for yourself. And you just gotta pray and hope you have people guide you because during that process, man, you being conditioned and programmed. I don't care what nobody say. Well, you like that's what culture is. That's what religion is. That's what all these things they tell you that you are. That's what race is. All these things they tell you that you are conditioned for you to believe. They give you these boxes. Okay, you are everything in this box. Identify with everything. Anything outside this box ain't got nothing to do with it. And that's how you go through life thinking until you get exposed to different experiences, different people, different cultures, different ways of thinking. Until you get around that, you don't know it. You just don't know it. Pixie, what up, though, Pixie? Yeah, tell mom we said what up, Pixie. Tell mom we said what up. But then when you start getting exposed to all these different things, you know, it's truly up to you. Like I think, I've always been like kind of, I don't want to say curious, but I've always been open minded because I came from a lot of different beliefs and culture. Like I was exposed to a lot of different things at a young age, so I never really put myself in a box. I never put myself in a box. So a lot of that deprogramming, um, it was easy. It was even now, like I don't care. Like say if I just did stop eating meat, if I just don't eat meat no more, I'm not gonna call myself a vegan or vegetarian. I just don't eat meat. I just don't eat it. That's what it is. But if you think about it, like that's how, and I don't even want to say it like that. Let me think of a more articulate way to say it. But you can, I guess you can tell, you can identify a person's comprehension level based upon how they perceive things or how they identify things. Some people like you ever talk to somebody, you tell them something, and they give you a box, right? Well, you this. Well, I don't really quite identify with that. I just do things that they do that's similar, but I wouldn't say them. Well, no, because of this, and they want to put you in that box so bad, right? Because you outside that box, they're not comfortable with that. They want to identify you. They need that box to feel comfortable to say, okay, you're this. Now I know what you are. Now they have a preconditioned thought of what you are. Now they already preconditioned of knowing what you are because they put you in this box. So even the way they approach you is gonna be from that perspective. And that happens a lot on here. Like and it's an assumption, like you're assuming instead of listening, and that's what I said, it shows you their level of comprehension of how dire they are to put you in a box or to put anything, not just you, but that's how they're not open to uh adaptation of things. Like people, everything, well, anything that thrives usually adapts to the change because time is consistently changing. Time don't stop. We continuously evolve information and material. Anything physical changes over time. Whether the change is good or bad, it don't matter. It changes over time. So the things that thrive usually adapt because if they don't, then they go die out. So when people can't adapt and they have to have certain things a certain way, and that's because their level of understanding. This is the way they can understand or identify things. And that's cool. I mean, it levels to everything. But I'm just saying that's just the way to understand love a person. That's the most articulate way I can say what I wanted to say. I'm like you in a lot of ways. Commander, that's why I call you the apprentice, man. I'm telling you, that's why I call you the apprentice. I see, like, and that's what I'm saying. It's like usually, and this is just usually it's when we let's say like when we cool or when we like somebody, it's usually something that we can relate to within that person. It's like we see a part of us or a reflection of something that makes us comfortable with that person, you know. And I'm gonna be real with you, that very rarely happens to me in life because I'm fucking weird. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm weird. I like a lot of the stuff I say, like when I said I love everybody, I just don't like everybody. Like when Commander was like, I get it. Like when I say stuff like that, people be like, "What? You can't because this means that." Nah, bro. I can use two things that contrast each other simultaneously. I can adapt and do so. That's why I can be petty with a smile. I can be petty in love. You know, I can be petty with love. Like I know Gary in the chat, he gonna catch me up. But um but yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like I see like everybody I like on earth, man, I see a reflection of like it's something about them that I see in myself. It's something about them like yeah, I do that. I resonate with that aspect of and that's the cool thing, like man, when you just I want to say give people when you give people grace, you know what I'm saying? When you give people grace and allow people to get comfortable and be themselves, then you see who the person really is. There's a lot of people on this app, man. I've been around a lot of cool people. You know, I met a lot of cool people, man. A lot of cool people. And I appreciate those people for giving me a chance because I know I'm weird and I be off the wall. And some of the stuff I say be like eccentric, like just my way of thinking. I know it is. I've been told that. I've been told that, and I just know. But at the same time, man, I'm just being me, and that's what I appreciate in people when they just being authentic. You know, people looking at them, or if they not, they just being them. No matter if the light is on or the light off, they just being who they are. And like me, like you know, we talking about it ain't about perfection. It's about progression. Just getting better, man. Just getting better. You know, you ain't got to be your final or a polished product. That's what life is. Life is experiences to learn and grow. No matter how old you are, you know, some lessons you should learn when you're younger. But no matter where you are in life, man, life, as long as you progressing and trying to be a better person, you know. And I think the only way you can do that is to be authentic. You know, admit where you're wrong so you can correct it. That'd be hey, let me be quiet. Well, no, I don't care. I was talking to a friend today, and I'm just like, I had to tell him, like, bro, you just don't like being wrong. You gonna try to make this shit right, no matter how wrong you are. You gonna try to find it, and just to say, yeah, you know what, that wasn't right. You just gonna try to find a way to make it right. Like that shit crazy, bro. I'm literally telling them this, like, bro, that shit crazy, bro. You gonna force this shit to be right. Like you just can't be wrong, bro. Why can't you be wrong? Just swallow your pride, man. I don't even think it's pride at that point. I guess people be. I don't know. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I just be like, oh shit, okay, cool. I just learned something new. I rather say, hey, I fucked up and correct it than keep fucking up. You know what I'm saying? And keep messing up. That's what I'm teaching my son. Because I hate man, I get man, I don't know, man. Like my mom always said I was a lie detector. Like she was like it'd be like people would be talking to us, telling us something. I'd be like, "Ma, they lying." Like I promise you, they lying. What? And then like a week or two later, come out the person was lying. Like I told you they was lying. She's like, "You." My mom always told. Shit, like when my sister do something, she'd be like, "Tell your brother what you did," and then she'll look at me. I nod my head, yes or no. Like I don't know, man. I can just hear shit. Like I can just tell when a person's lying about something. And a lot of times I don't even say shit, bro. I just be sitting back listening. Like I be more when I hear a person lie, I be wondering why they lie more than what they telling me to lie. What the versus what the lie is about. I be thinking like, damn, why would you lie about that? Like, what are you getting out of lie? Because I don't think like when people lie, I don't think it's always malicious. I don't think they intend to hurt nobody. So I don't think like people. I don't look at things like as good or bad. I want to know why. You know. So like when I hear somebody lie, I be thinking like, damn, why they lie? Are they lying to protect themselves? Because some people will lie to protect themselves, and that's what your ego does. Your ego is there to protect you. So people will lie and they say, oh, they lying because of their ego. That's what it's for. It's there to protect you. You know, from if it's from embarrassment, if it's from um, yeah, mainly embarrassment or out of fear. You know, but that's what your ego is there for. So yeah, usually when people lie, it's an ego situation, but that's what it's there. It's to protect them. So you know, some people lie to not feel embarrassed. Some people lie to feel significant. You know, people lie, or they tell little white lies to make themselves look better than what they really are. You know, so even doing that, somebody can be lying because they feel insignificant, and now they have the opportunity to feel a little significant. So I mean, I don't really care if a person is lying. It's more of like once I understand why they lie, then I know how to interact with them because it's like I had a friend. He used to always tell these stories, like I said, to make himself feel significant. But around me, he would never have to lie because I ain't gonna say I blew his head up, but everybody, I used to, give him a pep talk, like man, everybody's somebody, but you know what I'm saying? Like if you whatever you can put the work in today and become something better tomorrow. That's what working today does. Put you in a position to be better tomorrow. So you can do that. But I used to always encourage her. And I ain't never flex on them. You know what I'm saying? Make it seem like I was more superior. I don't do that. I don't know. Like when people do that, what you call like peacock feathers or whatever type. I don't know. I just never really did that. If anything, at times I dummy myself. I ain't gonna say I dummy myself down, but I tone myself down more. And I tone myself down. But yeah, I was just sitting there listening, like, bro, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that. But it's different reasons why people lie. People say a liar is a liar. I'm just more interested in why people lie because maybe it's something that can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's something that, I know people who like I don't know how you gauge this shit if it's good or bad, but I know people who lie to motivate other people. Like they not being malicious, but they lie to motivate other people, to get other people moving and inspired, to make other people feel good about themselves. Is it a bad thing? I don't care. If it's effective and it works, shit, then it is what it is. You know, that's what I, that's that box again. That's that box. Well, I just want people to tell me the truth. I can imagine if people told me the truth my whole life. I think that did happen though, majority of my life. You hear about the first, huh? First fire squad execution in South Carolina. Well, that happened recently. Oh wow! In 2025, South Carolina Sigma. Whoa, man, that's fucked up. Whoa, bro, that's hey man. Ah, man, that's why I don't be trying to. Man, I was straight, bro. Well, what the fuck did you do to get a fire squad execution? That shit crazy, man. Man, it took him in the back. Oh man, I wonder how many rounds. Let's see if they say it right here. Man, what did I'm trying to see what this dude did, but what the hell did they do? For them to say you get a fire squad. Hold on, did this happen yet? Oh, so one happened on March 7th. He chose the method over lethal injection and oh wow, he went out like a G. So the first dude, Brad, he chose it. Yeah, so the first one happened in March, and he chose that shit. Man, yeah, I'm straight, bro. Hey, what the fuck is y'all doing in life, bro? Y'all get to the point where y'all gotta. I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. Like you, usually you get that when you unalive somebody, right? When you take somebody else out, that's when you usually get the death penalty. Unless you have to, man. Like people do shit because they mad and angry, and even all that revenge shit. But like when I was younger, I used to think, and like I'm not gonna say I wouldn't seek revenge if somebody did something heinous to me. I'm not gonna say it. I'm really not gonna say it. I know I probably would, but it's like I don't know, bro. I do not know. Like when I was younger, I put myself in positions for shit like that to happen. But now that I'm older, it's like I'm on my own damn business. Like I'm on my own business. Do my own little thing. Oh man, which one? Man, I ain't choosing either one of them shit, bro. I ain't even putting myself in a position where I have to choose all that. Man, I would. Everything come with something, right? Like you, I mean, dude must have been a badass to sit there and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna just stand here and let y'all pow, 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 pow me." He got to be like a badass or something, bro. I'm definitely ain't choosing that one. And then electrocution, I'm like, man, and you know what would be fucked up? It'd be like people sitting there watching that shit, bro. Like, who the fuck wants to watch that shit? Like, y'all some sick ass people, bro. There's some sick ass people who they motherfuckers sitting behind a 2-way mirror in suits and shit watching people. Man, hell no. Like, I don't want to watch no shit like that. We want to see a person take their last breath sitting in a chair doing a jitterbug and shit, getting electrocuted. Like, come on, man. Who wants to see that shit? Like this, I'm telling you, man. Society is no like we think we civil and all that shit, bro. This shit is no different from the Roman days, bro. We just more sophisticated with the shit. It ain't no difference from the Roman days and the Colosseum when they used to put men versus lions and bears and shit. Like, what the hell? You want to sit there and watch a man try to fight a lion and bear? Like, come on now, man. That shit entertainment. Like, people, I don't know, man. Human beings are y'all some sick individuals, man. This is why the aliens won't come down and deal with y'all because y'all some sick ass individuals. Aliens be like, nah, them motherfuckers crazy. We ain't going down there. we try to bring them some new technology. They gonna try to use it against us. We try to give them free. We try to give them free electricity. They find a way to shock us with the shit. They try to electrocute us after we done gave them some free. That's why the aliens don't deal with y'all, bro. They ain't coming down here. I wouldn't. If I was an alien, the only way I'm coming down here if I'm taking over. I'm like, all y'all gotta go. Cause y'all crazy as hell. Motherfuckers building nuclear bombs and shit. Like, why would, bro, if you launch one of them things, you gonna fuck the whole planet up. So why even make it? Like this when we make it, so they won't try to take our shit. Because I push the button, then they go push the button, all these buttons gonna be pushed. And it's like, bro, why even have shit like this? Man? Why even have it, bro? I don't know. It just never made sense. Like we are like human beings, bro. They just through the beginning of time, it's like we just try to figure out how to dominate one another and never truly have true dominance of self. Because once you master self, you won't give a fuck about trying to control. You'll be like, man, look, this shit hard enough to control myself, to dominate myself. I'm not even trying to fuck with nobody else. You do that. You dominate yourself. You control yourself. I'm gonna just deal with me. I'm gonna just do. I don't even be interested in nobody else shit, bro. I just don't. I do not be interested in nobody else shit like that. Like even when I try to help somebody, I used to be on their head, like, bro, you gotta follow these instructions, you gotta do no, you're doing it wrong, you gotta do it. You be hard on them and then, now I try to help them. If you don't do what I say, then that's on you. Oh well. I'm good. Oh well. You do what you gonna do, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I help you. But if you don't follow the directions, if you don't then that's on you. Shit. I ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna keep it moving. Yeah, there's a couple people who survived the like you said, and I believe the lethal. I don't know. You have to look that up. I think they said it was a person who survived the lethal injection, but I know there's been a couple people who survived the electric chair. A couple people. Yeah, man. It's no. It be some people like it be like state representatives. Some people involved in the case, whatever case it was, and sometimes like the family member can go, I got I played AAU with this, I played AAU baseball with this kid. I remember this because like, man, my mom, I think she's asleep, but, I remember this so vividly because like the dad. always got a creepy vibe from his dad. Always got a creepy vibe. I forgot where they was from, but they had the boy was like real good at baseball. He can pitch his ass off. He was a better pitcher than me. He could pitch his ass off. And we was like 14, 15, but they had just moved up here, and it was like we was where was we at? I think we was in Ohio. We had traveled to Ohio, and we went back to the hotel. When we went back to the hotel for practice, the police was there and they took his dad. And it was like I remember that because I was telling my mom like, "Oh, they took Brian's dad." And then like 4 years later, he was televised or what televised, but he was on the news. But he had unalive, I think like 14 kids, like 14 kids in like 3 or 4 different states. Like, yeah, I remember that. And I'm like, damn, I was around this dude. But it was like little girls. I think he unalived like 2 little boys, but like his his main victims was girls. But I remember years later because my mom was like, ain't this your friend, your boy? Because he stayed the night. The boy stayed the night over my house. I stayed the night over his house. The mom was real cool and quiet. You know, the mom was real cool. The dad was cool. He was cool. He wasn't like it's just I got a creepy vibe from him. But he wasn't like mean or nothing, never did nothing mean or said nothing mean. And you know, they was white and I was black. So it was like it wasn't it was just we was just cool. It was just I got a bad vibe from his dad. His juju was bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he did most of it like in the like mid to late '90s, like the mid to late '90s. I think it was no, I think when he got caught, I was 14, so that had to be like '90. I was going to ninth grade. I was coming out of eighth grade, going into ninth grade when they got him. I was graduating high school when he got executed. I think that was the year I graduated high school when I got executed. But I remember it was the summer going into the ninth grade. I was leaving eighth grade going into the ninth when they got him. So I had to be like what 14. I think I was like 14. But it's like after his dad got took, they had I forget, I think they moved back to Kentucky, wherever his grandma was at. They moved with the grandma. They moved back with the grandma, and yeah, but it was like in 4 different states. Like he had, man, that shit crazy. Now I was a state like man, it's like when I think back when I was a kid, like, I remember like this is so fucked up, but I remember when my neighbor across the street, she was like an alcoholic, and I used to stash shit in her house. That was like my stash house. I never bring stuff back to my mama house. I always stash it in her house. She had a fireplace in her basement, and I took like 3 of the bricks out, and it was like a little spot back there where I could put stuff at. It was like in the. He never turned the fire. Uh, Never used the fireplace, so it was like actually in the timber. Like, and I used to stash shit in there. But he was an alcoholic, like real bad, real bad. Like she used to get drunk and do crazy shit. And one day she found out her baby daddy was cheating on her. And I was like, when she got a certain level of drunk, I wouldn't even deal with her. And I wouldn't deal with her because it's like, man, I'm gonna end up putting you on your ass. But she'd be doing crazy shit, like crazy, crazy shit. But anyway, I'm sitting on my porch, and she lived right across the street from me. So I'm sitting on my porch, and I had bought her, man, what is that shit called? Um, uh, Nikolai. Is it a vodka? There's a vodka called Nikolai, and we used to call it, Nigga live. Like we used to say, once you get on that, you be on that. But it was called Nikolai, and I had bought her like maybe three. It was cheap. It was like for a pint of it. It was like like $2.50, for a pint of it, and I had bought her at least 4 pints that day. And I used to always, I'm stashing shit at her house, so I used to buy her liquor away. So I had bought her, and I remember when he came over because her daughter was over my house playing with my sister, and when he pulled up, she told me, "Don't let my baby out the house." And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, they about to argue. Because all day she been drinking because she found out she was cheating. All day she was drinking, and she was like, "Don't let my baby out the house." She was like, and she was just yelling at him. He getting out the car. He was like, "Man, what is going on?" And she was like, "I'm gonna f you up. I'm gonna f you up." And then you heard like some banging in the house, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like they really in there fighting, right? Because usually she'd just yell and scream at him. And he wasn't no small dude, but she was small. He was bigger than me, so he had to be like 6'3", 6'4", and but he wasn't a little dude. And all I heard was, "You crazy B, you tried to kill me." And he came out the house and he fell down the stairs. And he was like, "Call 911. Call 911." And I'm like, okay, shit, I'm dialing 911. And he got in his car, drove halfway up the street and crashed. And she was like, "I hit him with the hammer. I hit him with the hammer." And I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking like she cracked his head with the hammer, right? So I called 911. I'm running up the street trying to check on him. And when I got to his car, he didn't die. But when I got to his car, his head was on the fucking steering wheel. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? When she said she hit him with the hammer, he hit him with the claw part. So the hammer's still in his fucking head. And I'm like, oh shit, his shit just leaking. And I'm like, man, y'all go get my mama, man. And so my mom came down and I'm telling her like the hammer's in his head. The hammer. I'm like, tell my mama the guy got a hammer in his head, the claw. So my mom came down with towels and shit, and she was trying to, stop the bleeding. And the ambulance didn't take it. They was there. They was there probably about 3-4 minutes from the time I called them, because by the time my mom got there, and it was like 4 houses down from where I'm at, so it was probably about 5 minutes. But by the time my mom got there, she put one towel around his head, and then we heard the siren. When my mom came there, I heard the sirens. But by the time she put the towel around his head, they was pulling up on us. We seen the light, but he survived. But she hit him with the. She was like, "I hit him in the head with the hammer." Man, she clawed his ass. She put the claw part in his fucking head. I'm like, oh shit. And then like 2 days later, uh, 2 days later, because he had the car he drove, and then it was another car. I don't think the car worked. Something was wrong, but it was his car on the side of the house. So 2 days later, after she did that, he put all his clothes in the car on the side of her house and lit the bitch on fire. The car is on the side of her house on fire. I'm trying to like we call her 911. I'm like, I got a fire extinguisher. I'm trying to put the fire out. I'm looking like, you gonna catch your fucking house on fire. Like he wasn't even. That's how she used to get so drunk and do shit. And I'm like, you just. And she went to jail that night. That night she went to jail. The night she put the hammer in his head, she didn't go to jail. But that night, her ass went to jail. She told the police, like, I put it, it's my car, it's my house, I put it on fire. Like, it wasn't nothing wrong with it. Like, bro, you can't just light fires, right? You can't just put a car on fire. Like, but she was so, I'm like, holy shit, man. You- But look, this the crazy thing. Shit like that was fucking normal in the hood. Like shit like that is normal in the hood. Shit like that is really fucking normal. I've seen, well, I didn't see it, I didn't see. I seen the remnants of it. The remnants of it. Like I was going down a friend house. We was walking to a friend house. Then we seen like the street was blocked off and shit like that. We're like, damn, what the fuck happened? So we had to walk around the corner because they had the way they had the street blocked off. Like it was my friend. It was a block. The block we had to go down, they had it blocked off. So we had to walk around the corner to go to the next block where my friend stayed at. And he stayed two houses off of the corner. So he was like, man, we was out here hooping. Next thing we know, we seen somebody running down the street on fire. Like, what? Like, man, this girl put her boyfriend on fire. They was like, she poured lighter fluid on him and lit his ass and threw her cigarette and lit his ass on fire because she found out he was cheating. He cheated with, banged her cousin. Yes, I think it was a cousin. But I'm like, damn, bro. It was like, man, we was out here hooping and we just seen dude run, jump off the court. Like he was on fire. Like he was really on fire. And we was just, I was like, did y'all help him? He was like, hell no. We ran on the porch. Like we thought he was gonna run our way. I'm like, he was like, hell no. He tried to help. I ran on my porch. I thought he was gonna run down my way. Like what I'm supposed to do? I ain't water man. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, yeah. He survived that. I don't know, 'cause I didn't know the people, like the dude who got caught on fire. I don't remember if he survived or not. I don't remember if the dude that caught on fire survived or not. But yeah, dude got hit in the head with the hammer. Yeah, he survived, and then he was still. It was his baby mama. So even after that, he was still like a month or two later. He was still coming over there. I'm like, man, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be around this chick. She can put a hammer in your head, bro. And then that same chick end up. I had a friend uh across like down the street, like it was a house that separated us, right? Now his mama was a older chick, and her husband was young, right? Now the mama looked it straight. The mama looked good, like she was just older, but she looked good. The lady across the street looked bad. She was an alcoholic. You could tell it. He looked bad. He looked real bad. He looked older than what she was. She was like, and God rest her soul. When she passed away, I was sad because that was like my home. But I'm just talking about physical looks. It was like I'd never touch her. If she used to, I don't know what it was. She used to have these. It wasn't eczema. It was something else. But no, I wouldn't have touched her. She just didn't. And she smelled like alcohol all the time. Like shit came out her pores. Her eyes was dark. Like, but that was the homie though. She was cool. She was cool Pete, but that was the homie. But there's no way in hell I would have ever touched her. And this motherfucker cheated on his wife with her. And not only like, look, this is what I'm saying. Like the shit in the hood, the shit be going down, right? So after and they were friends. They were cool. They was friends, right? And he screwed the drunk chick, and he was like a pretty boy too. And I'm thinking like, bro, what the fuck is wrong? Like, you cannot be that fucking desperate where you got a beautiful wife at home and you go touch that, bro. Like like all these chicks in the hood, like all these females, like when you talk about low hanging fruit, that shit was on the ground rotten. Like that's like, bro, out of all, anyway, he went with sidewalk talk and wrote in the street in front of her house, "Yep, I fucked your husband." Right? Like, "Yep, I fucked your husband, man." And I'm like, you know those little souvenir bats? We had went to the Tigers game. I had some free tickets from playing baseball. We went to Tigers game, and everybody who came with with that. with that group got a souvenir baseball bat. And I remember because my homeboy couldn't go, so I took my friend, my neighbor, I gave him his ticket. And so, he got a souvenir bat, took it home. We had just came from the game, took it home, and we used to always play a card game called Pump. We used to always play it on my porch. We'd play for money or cards or whatever. So we sitting on my porch, and remember, I live right across the street from him. So we sitting on the porch, right? And I did not know, because we was at the baseball game when this happened. When she wrote in the street, "Yep, I fucked your husband. What you gonna do?" He wrote that in the street in front of her house, right? So, but we didn't know that we wasn't there. And so by the time we came back, it was nighttime, but it was still in the street. It was still in the street. But when we came home, I went to my house. He went to his house. He was like, "I'll be right back. Let me just, go tell my mom I'm back, and I'm gonna come over." Because it was like three other dudes who played baseball with me over there, and we was playing tunk for card. Like we collect basketball cards and shit anyway, right? So we playing tunk. So he went in the house, came over. I got the cards, got my shit set up. So not even 5 minutes after we got back, right? You see her walking over, uh, and this was normal to us, right? Because they was friends. So when we seen her walk over to the house, we wasn't thinking nothing of it. I didn't even know she had the bat in her hand. It's a little souvenir bat. So she walked over to the house. We were watching her walk over playing cards. I'm like, "Hey, Miss Susan." He like, "Hey, baby." Like nothing wrong. Like everything cool. She like, "Hey, baby." Walked in the house and you just hear screaming. We're like, "What the fuck happened?" So we jump up and run over there. I open the door and she is whooping her ass with this bat. And I'm like, when I seen it, I'm like, "Oh shit." Like I didn't know what to do. And he like, "Mom, stop. You gonna kill her." And he grabbed his mom. And when he grabbed his mom, I'm still in the door. When he grabbed his mom, he ran out the house. Man, she got down them stairs. Man, she threw that damn bat. I don't know, like she had perfect like assassin aim or something. Cause that bitch hit her right back in the head. She fell and she got on top of her, man. She ran downstairs, got on top of her and started punching her. I'm like, "Oh my God." And he was like, "D, help me get my mom." And I grabbed her, picked her up. She's like, "Bitch, I'm calling the police." Yeah, she ended up going to jail that night. And I'm like, we in shock, and we like, "What the fuck happened?" And the dude next door, we cool with him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, y'all wasn't here." And he was like, "Go look at the street." And we like, "What?" Go, and it wasn't no street light in front of his house. So we got the flashlight, and we looked, and it said, "Yeah, we." And I'm like, "Oh shit, Sean, fuck." I'm like, "Oh," we like, "Oh, bro, you did that." So everybody like, "Bro, you desperate, man. Something wrong with you, man. Why would you touch that?" Like, damn, bro. Like now you, but yeah, that shit was crazy. Man, we should have called this hood story. Well, I can tell some more. Oh man, yeah, the hood was good though, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, I wouldn't want my son to go through none of that shit, but it's like I was built to go through that shit, bro. Because I'm still here, man. Excuse me, I just burped. But yeah, I'm built to go through that. I was built to go through that shit, bro. That's why I'm still here. And a lot of people ain't make it to that shit, but yeah, I was. So yeah, I was built to go through that shit. I remember the first time I seen a pit bull climb a fence, scared the living shit out of me, man. It was this boy, and he was an asshole. But his family breeded pit bulls, and these damn things were like mutants. They were bigger than the average fucking pit bull, and they was muscular. He used to have like 5 or 10 pound weight around the damn dog neck. He couldn't fight though, because I done whooped him up a couple times. But this was before me and him even really got into it. He used to have these dogs, and they was blue nose pit bulls. Some bitch was mean as hell, and he'd be like, "I'm gonna give y'all a chance to run. I'm gonna let the dog off the leash." He was an asshole. He was like 2, 3 years older than me. And one day he really let that motherfucker off the leash. And we ran. We was running. When we start climbing the fence, where you jump the fence, and it was probably like an 8 foot fence. It wasn't like a 12 foot or a 10 foot. It was about an 8 foot. And can you imagine, like when we climb the fence, jump up, and it leads you into the full playground, so it's just all open field, right? So climb the fence, man. We turn around and look, and the fucking dog is climbing the fence, and I'm like, what the fuck is going? I'm like, oh shit. So instead of running through the field, I ran to the because it's open on one side, like the street, but on the back side is houses. In the first house, it was this girl I used to mess with. So when I see, like when we jump the fence and we see the dog climbing the fucking fence, we jump the fence and now we in her backyard. I'm bamming on her door. Her brother let us in the house. I'm looking like, man, did you see? He was like, the fucking. It was just me and my boy. He was like, damn, the dog was climbing the fence, and I'm like, yes, the fucking dog climbed the fence. Like, oh shit. Right, I was like, man, when I see him, I'm whooping his ass. And when I caught him, I ran. I didn't. I ain't gonna lie. I sucker punched the shit out of him because he was coming. I was sitting in the car. Well, I was sitting in my boy's car, and he came out the store. When he turned the corner, it's like his back was turned. Man, I got out the back of the car and just ran. Ain't nobody. As soon as I seen him, as soon as he turned that corner to bend from the store, like you come out the store and go to the side of the store. As soon as he turned that corner, I opened the door and ran, and I run like a ninja, light foot. Man, I punched him in the back of his head so bad. I mean, I punched him so he rolled over. I got to stomping him, and then got right back in the car. Like, come on, God. Like, I ain't really whooping, but I caught him in the back of the head. I kicked him about 4 or 5 times. But yeah, that's for letting that dog out, motherfucker. Like, I ain't really whooping or nothing like that. But I caught his ass. Yeah, big muscle and determined. Yeah, man, pit bulls, boy. But I remember I had a Rottweiler, and we called her Wee Wee because she was like small, but she was real stocky, real fucking stocky. And this dude, everybody had fucking pit bulls, but it was a dude around the corner. He had like 2 or 3 pit bulls, and one of them dug up under the fence and came into our yard. And my dog is chained to the fence. My dog snapped the fucking chain and tore that damn pit bull up. All thing we heard was I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking like, cause my dog chained up and it'd be like random dogs walking in the backyard and shit. That's how her ass got pregnant. But she wasn't letting that dog come on her. She tore that motherfucker up. And it was like, I think that's it scarier. Fucking Rottweiler low to the ground because when they big, you can kind of get under them. But when they low to the ground, man, them motherfucking Rottweiler, boy. But the crazy thing, uh, pit bull's jaw lock, like pressure is stronger than a Rottweiler. But a Rottweiler is just, I don't know, but I love Rottweilers. If I could have one dog for the rest of my life, it'd be a fucking Rottweiler. They come with problems though. I had a Rottweiler that had spinalitis, fucking vertebrae in the spine fused together. I'm like, what the fuck? Like one day the dog was just locked up, couldn't move, and he was fucking mean too, because when he got hurt, it was like I had to put a whole blanket over him just to pick him up to take him to the vet to see what the fuck was wrong with him. Because when he was in pain, he wouldn't let nobody get next to him. And I was the only one he fucked bruiser. I was the only one he listened to. Like I was the only one who can like the man dominance. That's the thing too. Like all of them are bully breeds. Rottweilers that if you don't establish dominance in a Rottweiler, that motherfucker will run the house. Telling you. Because they know they big as shit. Motherfuckers will run the house. I remember I had to fuck one of my dogs. Man, I picked him up. He was tearing my arm up, and I'm holding him in the air. I got the punch in his ass. That's the big one, like Zeus. Man, I had to fuck that dog up, man. That dog, I seen this dog carry other dogs. Like fight a dog, and we were trying to break it up. It grabbed him by his neck and ran in the backyard and finished fucking the dog up. Like, oh shit! And that was one of them British bulldogs. He manhandled that, but that dog I had, that bitch killed a coyote. That dog killed a coyote. Tore that damn coyote up. Zeus was a monster, but I had to fuck that dog up. But if you don't get past that damn head, boy, you got a problem. Yeah, Rottweilers, man. We about to get a Doberman now. I love Shepherds though. I do love German Shepherds. I love German Shepherds. But I mean, if it's like my top dog is a Rottweiler, I never had a Doberman. Never had a Doberman. Them motherfuckers look like devil dogs. Them Dobermans look like they came straight from hell. They look like Doberman. The reason that damn dog looked so intimidating to me because it looked like a mix between uh German Shepherd and a fucking Rottweiler from Doberman. Like it's fast like a Shepherd and powerful like a Rottweiler. That's a dangerous combination. But I love dogs like that. Like my dog like a fucking wolf, man. Like it's so funny. Like when people come to the door, like I never like when she in the house, I never open the door. Like I open the one door, but I won't open the screen door because I know how she is. She'll be cool until she ain't cool. And if you in the house, be cool. But if you outside the house, you get protected. And one day it was these Jehovah Witnesses came over. So I'm talking to the lady with the dog. She's like, pretty dog. Nola just sitting there chilling. Man, that lady reached towards the door. Nola face hit that glass. Like, woo, that old lady almost fell off the porch, man. And she was like, oh my God. Like, yeah, man, you can't. Nah, bro. Like, that's what she told. That's the first line of defense. So yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy this Doberman. I wanted a husky. That's what I want. But you gotta get them in pack. You gotta get multiple dogs. I ain't having no, and they dig too much. I already had a problem with this dog digging. No, where you at, mama? No. Oh, go ahead, lay on the. Oh man, you cool? I didn't know you was over there. You're okay, baby. You okay, baby? I ain't know you was over there. I was just talking to you, mama. Yeah, I love how like she like even when I'm in the backyard, like my kids be playing. As soon as my daughter goes towards towards the front, the dog be right there with her. No matter where my dog at. As soon as she see my daughter or my son going to the front, she be right there with him. And then she be fucking with him, like pushing them towards the back. She be hurting them. I told my wife, I was like, look, she hurting them. Like, she telling them to get their ass back to the back. Like, no, get your ass back. Get away from the gate. But she uber protective, and I loved it. I loved it. And her and my son grew up together. I think I got Nola when my son was 2. I think that's when I got her. When he was like 2. So her and my son grew up together. He loved my daughter. Like she loved my daughter. That dog loved my wife too. He go crazy when my wife come home. I'm like, damn, you don't even get that excited when you see me. He just treat me like I'm the old man. Like, yeah, whatever. Feed me, do this, do that. Yeah, and rub me. I'm the one who she come to when she need everything. When she want to be rubbed, she come to me. When she want to be pampered and baby, she come to me. But I'm the one she don't fucking listen to. Nobody in this house be listening to me. I ain't gonna lie. Until I raise my voice, then everybody be at attention and shit. But they say, God damn, why y'all just like hearing me scream and yell? Kids, the dog, the wife. I've been rocking for about an hour. Yeah, man. I just wanted to pop up for a minute. I ain't really had nothing to say. I just wanted to pop my gums for a minute. But let me get off here, bro. I'm about to probably watch some Asian drama. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, no. She get away with shit with my wife. That's why she like my wife. To get away with shit. I'm the one. I'm the one in the house that I'm the discipliner to everybody. Like even the kids. Like my wife was. I was outside in the back. My wife called me like, "You need to come in here and get your son." I'm like, "What? What is he doing?" I told him to go in his room and he's slamming the door. So the whole time I'm on the phone, I hear him slamming the door. When he heard that damn back door open, like back door open, it was the whole goddamn house quiet. No more slamming doors, no more nothing. I walk in his room. I said, "You was slamming the door?" And he looked at me. I said, "Was you slamming?" "Yeah." "Why?" "Well, mommy made me mad." "So you gonna slam my door?" "I'm sorry, daddy. Didn't I tell you not to slam my doors?" "Yeah." "But when I tell you to go in the room, why you don't slam the door?" "Cause you daddy, you the boss." My wife get mad. She get mad as hell. Cause my son be like, mama, daddy the boss. But yeah, I'm like the enforcer. Like the other day, man, I'm outside and my son, his room is in the back. So if I'm outside in the garage, he can open his window and talk to me and shit. So I'm sitting in the garage and he like, "Dad," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come get your wife." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Mommy bad. She need a whooping. Come get her." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Come here, come here." I'm like, "I am not getting up, coming to that window. What do you want?" He was like, "I can't say it loud. I'm gonna get it." So I went to the window. He said, "Mommy being mean to me. She need a whooping, Dad." And I'm like, "What?" I said, "I can't whoop your mama." He was like, "Yes, you can. You the boss." I'm like, "Man, you gonna get me fucked up, bro." Oh shit, my son is a trip and a half, man. He be, mm, he be telling. I mean, he tried to tell my mama on me one day. He was like, "Nana, dad being mean to me." I said, "Oh, your dad being mean?" Like, yeah. She was like, and I'm like, when I say I'm a mama's boy, my mama be telling my son, like, if you being mean to my baby, I'm gonna come over there and work. She be telling my son that. So you can't tell my mama nothing about me. You can't tell. I don't care who you is. You can't tell my mama nothing about me. My mama know me, and she know I'm a good boy, and she know I'm always do the right thing. So you can't tell her nothing about me. She was like, "Oh, so your dad did? Well, what did you do? Was you being bad, and that's why he mean?" "Yeah." "Okay, so why you gonna tell him then? If you stop being bad, he'll stop being mean." He's like, "Can I talk to Pop Pop?" Pop Pop go get dad. "Yeah, chat, where you at?" Yeah, man, my son is a trip and a half. My son is a trip and a half. But they gonna be problems, man. He in school, but he good in school. Teachers be loving him. Teachers always love him. It's gonna be my daughter. It's gonna be a problem in school. I know she will be a problem. If she do what she want, even like if I get mad at her, she get mad at me. I can't be mad at her. If I get mad at her, then she mad at me. She get that shit from her mama. I told my wife, I forgot my wife did something one day, and I got mad, and she was like, "Oh, you mad? Oh, you mad? You mad? You mad at me?" And I'm like, "How you gonna be mad at me for being mad at you? You just don't get mad at me. So why you mad at me now?" I'm like, "Cause you did. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I can be is sorry." And I'm looking like, man, I don't know why I gave you confidence and self esteem because now you're using the shit on me. Look, you gonna get mad at me. I'm supposed to be mad. You supposed to be fixing this. You supposed to be all yeah. Oh man, that girl tripping and a half. I hate when my wife says sorry. I hate that shit. I hate when she say sorry. And she always say that shit. I'm sorry. I'm like, what the fuck is you sorry for? You ain't even did nothing. Well, your head hurt. How you gonna be sorry because my head hurt? Because I got a headache. You sorry? Like, stop saying that shit. I hate when you say that shit. I hit my foot or something. Like, damn, that hurt. I'm sorry. What the fuck is you sorry for? You ain't doing. Oh man. Let me get my. Okay, so we were. Yeah, I'll probably be back on tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Sunday. Yeah, good probably be on too. First Paris, I'm on at 12 o'clock. But yeah, I'm about to get up and get some stuff done tomorrow around the house. So we got this so it's like when you walk in my house, right? You go through the front door of the living room, and the living room take you into the kitchen. Now I don't have an official dining room. I got one of them big kitchens, like a two I don't want to say two-part kitchen, but it's a sitting area in the kitchen. And then you have a family room. And that's why I turned it to like the kids' playroom, but it got a mantle in the fireplace. And I forgot the name of that wood, but it got like the wooden panels, and not the thin ones, but the real thick ones, the ones you see like in the like houses from like the 50s and 60s. So that shit is actually worth money. So I'm looking for a buyer now. I remember like 3 years ago, a dude offered to buy him. A dude I used to work on houses with. I had him over. He offered to buy him, but I ain't been in contact with him in a while. But I know it sells because I used to work in house. Anyway, so I'm about to take all that paneling down and just put drywall on because it's like I said, it's not the thin panel where they put over the drywall. It's the actual thick. It's probably like uh like 2 3 inches, but it's probably about same thickness. So it's probably like it's more than an inch and a half because when I took the light plug off, it's more than an inch and a half. So it's probably about 2 inches. 2 3 inches. Anyway, so we're about to redo that room in there. And I'm putting all drywall up, and so yeah, I'm getting ready for that. And then I'm gonna paint the fireplace. Like she want the room like an ivory white, and I'm gonna paint the bricks of the fireplace black. But I'm gonna paint um the molding white in between the bricks, so it'll be a black and white fireplace. And I'm thinking about putting marble because right now it's just wood for the shelf for the fireplace. But I'm thinking about I could put some type of stone. Thinking about putting some type of stone. So I only need a couple. I don't even. I probably a whole slab, and I can finish that because it's not. It's long, but it's not wide. I'm gonna have to get somebody to cut the stone from. That's the only thing I ain't confident enough to fuck with a wet saw. I know how to use the wet saw, but I can't see that well, and I'm trying to keep all my fucking fingers. I know when I could see, I almost cut my finger a couple times with a wet saw. I got a buddy who cut the tip of his finger off with a damn wet saw. If you ever worked it, you know what I mean, man. That shit get away from you in a second. Especially depending on what kind of stone you're cutting. If it's thin, that shit get away from you. But if it's thick, you can kind of control it better. But let me stop talking and get my ass off here. Yeah, man. Let me get my ass off there. I appreciate y'all, man. Ooh, Papa. Oh, my dad. My dad. Man, I, I remember one. Man, look. Mike, what up, though? What up, though, Mike? And I remember one day, man, my dad was talking to my son, and my dad was like, I'll beat your dad up. And my son told him, like, no, you won't. My dad got a gun, and my dad was like, I got a gun too. He said, no, my daddy gun big. I'm like, what? Stop telling people that shit. But yeah, man, let me get off here, man. Y'all know what I always say, man. Care about how you feel. These conversations, the build nation. And if I say anything that resonated with you, man, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, man, we out, bro. We out.
And do it for the nine.
What up, Nine?
Acknowledge me!
They've been telling y'all love, and I came to tell y'all right. The way you feel influences the way you think, and the way you think dictates the actions you take.
You there, sitting at home, acknowledge me.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
Hey, Y2K. Yeah, I think so. Hi, everyone. Sorry, Word was trying to close out. He did his outro, and then it didn't end. Let me try to do it again. What up, Nines? Care about how you feel. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck on the outro video is playing. I can't even pick a banner or anything. And I hear an echo. Y2K, is there an echo? Okay, that's awesome. Thanks for hanging out, for staying till the end. Sounds clear. Okay, cool. All right, guys, we're closing out. I'm going to push the end button. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great night.